Hey everyone, Storm Show meteorologist Jason Myers here. Tuesday, July 15th, halfway through July. Yesterday was a wild day. Saw severe weather from coast to coast, give or take only a few hundred miles. Look at these severe storm reports. We have hail as far west as California, wind right on the Nevada, California coast, and then those wind reports span the entire country all the way to the East Coast. The Florida coast, it looks like in New Jersey, seeing some of those wind reports, 148 in all. And you'll notice they're all in kind of this line here. This was all along that frontal boundary as we saw a deep trough digging into the middle of the country and spawning severe weather nearly across the country. Look at what our severe weather setup looks like today. Instead of having a severe weather threat all the way across the country, we have a couple of hot spots. Hotspot number one in eastern Colorado, including Denver, and then the southeast corner of Wyoming. That's just a slight risk. Same goes for the East Coast, all the way from, it looks like, North Carolina to the southern halves of Vermont and New Hampshire. Another slight risk. Wind is the biggest threat, and you'll see a smaller bullseye with a 30% risk from, it looks like, Virginia all the way up to the southern edge of New York, including New York City, Philadelphia. A lot of people at risk for those strong winds today. And then back to the west in Denver and in Wyoming, just a slight risk back down to that 15% chance. Hail, I think we see a little bit better chance for some hail in this spot here in Denver and Wyoming. Not so much along the East Coast. It looks like it's going to be a mostly wind event. Tornadoes, just a small risk, and again, it covers New York City all the way up to the southern halves of Vermont and New Hampshire. We have quite a bit of rotation that could develop in some of those storms later on today, and then it looks like just a small risk again in the eastern half of Colorado, including Denver, in the southeast corner of Wyoming. So that's our severe weather threats for today. Overall, just two hot spots, and it's because we have the same similar setup. You'll notice leftover rain showers from yesterday still riding along that big trough that's digging into the middle of the country right now. It's what everybody's calling the polar vortex. That's why it's so much cooler across the middle of the country. We actually have the jet stream digging deep, and right here's a look at that jet stream. Notice it dives into the central plains and then starts to rise back up along the East Coast. So all these strong winds are creating a vacant spot in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so all that air has to rise up, and that's how we get that thunderstorm development. So all those strong winds whipping along this jet stream here, and it's also the same reason it's allowing that cooler air to move into the Midwest, to the northern plains. Meanwhile, we have some serious heat building along the West Coast, where they already have been seeing some really dry, hot conditions, and it's going to be more of that for this week. So enjoy the cool, comfortable air in the plains and the Midwest, but we're really sorry about your luck along the West Coast dealing with more heat and humidity. Looking at when we can expect these rain showers, this is early afternoon where we're starting out. You'll notice not a whole lot going on during the early afternoon in parts of Wyoming in the eastern half of Denver, but we have those thunderstorms really firing up along the East Coast, and they'll only grow and strengthen as the day wears on and we get closer to the evening. This is about 10 o'clock at night Eastern time, and we're still seeing those storms. So again, this is another day where Storm Shield will be handy because it can wake you up. If you happen to go to bed a little early, well, Storm Shield will wake you up and let you know when that severe weather is going to hit. As for the weather in Wyoming and Colorado, it looks like it'll start to pop up in the afternoon and the evening. And again, these look like they're going to be better chance for seeing some hail, some large hail, and as well as some strong winds too. So that's our severe weather threat for today. It looks like it is going to be a big day, not as big as what we saw yesterday, but up and down the East Coast, and then right near the Rocky Mountains. You guys are in the hot seats for today. Everybody else, especially the Midwest and the Central Plains, enjoy the cooler air. Everybody on the West Coast, try and stay cool these next couple of days, because that heat and humidity are going to be sticking around. That's all I have for now. I will see you next time.